Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the European Handball Federation offices here in Vienna. Handball is back, everybody. Last weekend, we had the pleasure of welcoming back the EHF European League to our screens. And in 2 weeks' time, we'll be looking forward to the eagerly anticipated start of the EHF Champions League. However, this afternoon and this morning, we'll be taking care of the EHF's third-tier competition, the EHF European Cup, the new name for the EHF Challenge Cup that has taken place over the course of the summer as part of the new EHF's brand launch. And you can find out all about this on the eurohandball.com, our newly relaunched website. And of course, we have a new competition, a new name, a new brand and a new logo. Now, what we're doing this morning is drawing the round 2 for the European Cup, the EHF European Cup for men and women. Now, given these uncertain times and with our needs to ensure that travel between countries is restricted a little bit, and so there is a little bit less traveling for the teams involved, we've split up both draws, men and women, into certain, into closer, I should say, time zones to ensure that travel between those countries is kept at a minimum. So, without further ado, let's look at the women's draw. The women's draw. First up is Zone 1. And in Zone 1, Pot 1, we've got Valur of Iceland, from the Netherlands, West Friesland, and from Portugal, Valarium Luftals, and from Switzerland, the Spono Eagles. Over in Pot 2, we've got 3 teams from Spain. We've got BM Granollers, Rincon Fertilidad Malaga, Rocasa Gran Canaria, and the Swiss team is Rot-Weiß Thun. Now, to conduct the draw this morning, I've got 2 of my esteemed colleagues from the EHF alongside me to take part in this draw. We've got Markus Glaser, our Chief Sports Officer, and Mario Kovacic, his colleague from the Sports Department as well. So guys, it's over to you to draw the first ball.
Thank you very much, Andrew, for this introduction. The majority of the draws today are straightforward. We have one or the other issue that we have to take care of, which I will explain once we are at the point. Andrew introduced the teams, so I think we are all set. We have 4 teams of Pot 1 here in this pot, as you can see on the little tag, and we have Pot 2 on the other side. We will take one ball from each of the 2 pots, put them in the middle, shuffle in the middle, and we will decide by drawing the lot which team has the home right in the first game and which team has the home right in the second game. So I guess nothing really new. Everybody is well aware of this procedure, and I think we are ready to start. Okay, good. And the first team to open the draw today is the team of Rocasa Gran Canaria from Spain. They will have the home right in the first leg, and the opponent for Rocasa is the team of West Friesland from the Netherlands. Rincon Fertilidad from Malaga in Spain. And the team from Malaga will meet Valur from Reykjavik in Iceland. the Spono Eagles from Nottwil in Switzerland. They will play their compatriots, Rot-Weiß Thun from Switzerland as well. The Alavario Malaftiles from Portugal. They will play Balonmano Granollers from Spain. And this concludes the draw for the first zone. Back to you, Andrew.
Thank you, guys. Let's take a look then at the matches from the first zone. Of course, let's start with the first team out, with the reigning Challenge Cup winners, Rocasa Gran Canaria, the 2019 winners and 2016 winners. They'll be at home first against West Friesland of the Netherlands. The next tie, Rincon Fertilidad, they take on the Icelandic side Valur. Then we have an all-Swiss tie, the Spono Eagles taking on Rot-Weiß Thun, and finally it's the Alvarum Luftiles of Portugal taking on the Spanish side BM Granollers. So that completes Zone 1, and now we move over to Zone 2. The teams in Zone 2 are as follows. In Pot 1 we've got the Italian Brixen Südtirol, Kosovan side KHV Vrustria, Serbian side Nesha Nish. From Turkey, we have Murat Beledisie, and from the Ukraine, HC Real. And over in Pot 2, with two Italian teams in here. First up, we've got Espresso Mestrinio and Casano Magnago. From Kosovo, we've got KHF Istogu. And from North Macedonia, we have got WHC Çaykur Skopje. And finally, from Turkey, we have Izmir BSB. So guys, like it was in the first instance, it's back to you.
Thank you very much. Zone 2, you saw the teams in the introduction from Andrew. There is a little step that we have to do at the beginning. You probably know from former draws of the EHF that there is a general approach of the European Handball Federation to keep teams from Serbia and Kosovo away from each other. We have a team from Serbia in one pot and a team from Kosovo in the other pot. We therefore have to make sure that they do not meet. We do that with the first step. You can see here in the middle pot, this is the team of Naisa Niš, and you see the teams of pot 2. The team from Kosovo is now not in the pot, so we will draw first an opponent for Naisa Niš, add the team of Istogu afterwards, and continue in a straightforward draw. So please, we need a team from pot 2. So it's Çaykur from Skopje in North Macedonia. And Çaykur from Skopje will meet the team of Naisa Niš from Serbia. So we are now ready to continue straight forward. We added the team of Istogu from Kosovo to pot 2. We have 4 balls left in each of the 2 pots, and we can draw them straight forward without any further intervention. And we continue with another team from Kosovo, which is Vuštri. They have the home right in the first leg, and their opponent is the other team of Kosovo, which is the team of Istogu. İzmir Belediyespor from Turkey. They will play versus Brixen Südtirol from Italy. Another team from Italy, Cassano Maniago. Their opponent is from Turkey as well, which is Muratpaşa Spor Kulübü. And Handball Club Real from the Ukraine. They will play against a team from Alibest Espresso from Mentrino in Italy. And that was the last pairing of the women's part, and I give the floor back to Andrew.
Thank you, Marcus. So just a recap of the Zone 2 fixtures, these 5 fixtures as follows. First out, of course, were Skopje from North Macedonia, and they'll be playing Nice Niš in their second round tie. Next up, it's an all-Kosovan clash between Vuštri and Ostogu. And then we have Izmir from Turkey taking on Brixen Südtirol of Italy. Cassano Maniago of Italy also obviously in this draw as well. They will be playing a team from Turkey, Muratpaşa Belediyesi. And finally it's HC Real of the Ukraine, also against another side from Italy in Alibest Espresso Mestrino. The matches, of course, are played over 2 legs, and as Marcus alluded to, the teams that have been drawn first will have home advantage. In that first legs, they will be set for the 10th and the 11th of October. The second legs taking place a week later over the 17th and 18th. Now we turn our attention to the men. Zone 1 of the men. We'll just give you a quick rundown of the teams involved in these two, starting with Pot 1 from Estonia, Polva Saveti, from Finland, BK46. Up in the north in Iceland, we've got Elfyring Molsfellsbyer, from Latvia, Tenax Dobele, from Lithuania, Dragonas Kapela, and from Sweden, Ustads. Over in Pot 2, we've got Estonian side from the capital, HC Tallinn. Last season's EHF Champions League participants, Cox from Finland, another Finnish side in handball, Helsinki. 2 Lithuanian sides, Granitas Karias and Sivesa Vilnius. And bringing up the last team in Pot 2 in Zone 1 is the team from Norway, from Kolstad. So, Marcus, Mario, over to you again.
Well, first zone for the men, You can see we changed the colors, but we did not change anything of the procedure. The first zone is a straightforward draw, 6 balls in one pot, 6 balls in the other pot. We take one from each, put them in the middle, shuffle them, and decide the home right from the middle. So I think nothing more to say here. We are ready to start with the men's competition. And the first men's team is Afturelding Mosfellsbears from Iceland. Their opponent is Granitas Karis from Kaunas in Lithuania. The home right in the next pairing goes to Tenax Dobele from Latvia. And the opponent for Dobele is AFK Handball from Helsinki in Finland. We have another team from Finland, the Cox from Riihimäki. They will play Dragūnas Klaipėda from Lithuania. From Sweden, Istarts EF. They will face the team of Sviesa Vilnius from Lithuania. We continue with BK46 from Finland. They will meet Handball Club Tallinn from Estonia. And the last pairing in this part of the draw has Pölva Serviti from Estonia. Their opponent is the team of Kolstad Handball from Norway. And with the team of Kolstad, we have concluded zone number 1, and the floor goes back to Andrew.
Thank you, Marcus. So just a quick summary of the first men's zone, the 6 ties that will take place next month. First out the hat with the team from Iceland, Alförding Mosfellsberg. They face Granitas Karias. It's 10x Dorbeli against IFK Handball. Cox, of course, in the Champions League, EHF Champions League last season, play Dragonas Klaperia. It's Ustads of Sweden against Vitesse Vilnius. It's a Finland versus Estonia clash in the next tie. BK46 take on HC Tallinn. And finally, it's Pulver Saveti against Karlstad Handball. So that's Zone 1 done, and now it's time for Zone 2, and it's back to Marcus and Mario.
In Zone 2, we have to do the same step again with the teams from Serbia and Kosovo as we did in the women's competition. The procedure is exactly the same. The teams we are talking about are Željezničar from Niš in Serbia, which is already placed in the middle pot. In pot number 2, we would normally have the team of Pristina, which is not in the pot for this particular step. We will now draw an opponent for Željezničar and afterwards add Pristina for the remaining part of the draw. So please, one team from pot 2. So it's the team of Sportoto Sport Club from Ankara in Turkey. And Sportoto is the opponent for Željezničar Niš from Serbia. The first game of this one, we have now added the team of Pristina to pot number 2, and we are ready. We have again 6 balls in pot 1, 6 balls in pot 2, and we proceed in the way which you are already used to from the former parts. So we have Diomedes Argus from Greece. They will meet Antalyaspor from Antalya in Turkey. Kartina from Tiraspol in Moldova. They will meet the team of Saratov from Russia. From Romania, it's CSM Bucharest. Their opponent is the team from Sloga Gornji Vakuf in Bosnia-Herzegovina. Odessa from the Ukraine. They will face another team from Bosnia-Herzegovina, Rukometni Klub Gračenica. The team of Pristina from Kosovo. They will face handball club Dobrudia from Bulgaria. And the last pairing for this zone has the home right in the first game, going to Bosna Visoko from Bosnia-Herzegovina. And the only remaining opponent is the team of Besa Famgas from Kosovo. And with this pairing, we concluded zone number 2, and the floor goes back to Andrew again.
Thank you, Marcus. So let's just take a quick summary of the ties that will take place in zone 2. So Sport Toto take on Zaleshnica, and the 2012 winners of the EHF Challenge Cup, Dimiris Argus, will take on Antalyaspor. Cortina Tiraspol will take on Saratov. Then we've got Chesma Bucuresti, of course, long-time EHF Champions League appearance holders against Sluga. Then we've got Odessa of the Ukraine against Gračanica of Bosnia-Herzegovina. From Kosovo, it's Pristina against Dobruja of Bulgaria. And the final tie in this zone 2, Vispak Visoko against Besa Famagas. So that concludes zone 2, and now it's time for the third and final zone that we'll be drawing this morning. A quick rundown of the teams in this zone. Starting in pot 1, we've got Kelak Felak from Austria, Panos Ostrovolu of Cyprus, Sokol Novo Velisi of the Czech Republic, Castelmagnago of Italy, another familiar face to Champions League fans, Gorenje Veleni of Slovenia. Then we have St. Gallen of Switzerland completing pot 1. Over in pot 2, another Austrian side, Handball West Wien. Then from Cyprus, Anathosis Famagusta. 2 Czech teams, Roba Zubci and HCB Karvinia. And then finally 2 teams from Italy, Ego Handball Siena and Raimond Sassari. So for the last time, let's go back to Marcus and Mario.
Thank you very much. Closing part for today, last part of the draw, straightforward, no interventions. We have 6 balls in pot 1, 6 balls in pot 2. We will take 1 from each pot, shuffle them in the middle, and determine the home right by drawing the lots. So I think that is well known to everybody now, and we go straight into the draw. And we start this part of the draw with the team of Panos Ostrovolu from Cyprus. and they will play against the team of Raimond Sassari from Italy. Gorenje Velenje from Slovenia. Their opponent is the team of Handball Siena from Italy. From the Czech Republic, it's Sokol Nové Veselí. They will meet the team of Spabianka Anatosis Famagusta from Cyprus. The other team from the Czech Republic is Robe Zubji. And they will have to go versus St. Ottmar St. Gallen from Switzerland. Insignis Handball West Wien from Vienna in Austria. They will play Cassano Maniago from Italy. And the very last pairing for today has the remaining team from each pot, which is Handball Club Karviná from the Czech Republic, having the home right in the first leg. And they will play versus Kelag Verlach from the south of Austria. So thank you very much from the stage for this, and I hand over the floor to Andrew for a summary.
Thank you, guys. So for the last time, here are the last 6 ties for this second round of the men's EHF European Cup. Panasis Strovolu take on Raimond Savaci. Gorenje Velenje will take on Handball Siena. It's Solko Nové Veselí against Anathis Famagusta. Robe Zubji take on St. Omer St. Gallen of Switzerland. Handball West Wien take on Cassano Maniago. And HCB Karviná take on the Austrians Kelag Verlach. Matches, obviously, just like the women's, are played over 2 legs. First legs in this tournament will take place over the 14th and 15th of November, with the second legs taking place the following week over the 21st and 22nd of November. Now that concludes the draw here today. You can find out all the information on our brand new website, eurohandball.com. Make sure you check out our new social media handles, which are attributed to this competition. That's Home of Handball, so check that out. A date for your diaries is next week, next Tuesday, 7th or 8th, of September, when we draw the final qualification for the men's EHF European League qualification. That's all we've got time from here. It's my thanks to Marcus and Mary and all the IT team here. Until next time, it's goodbye.